Hi everyone, a very happy new financial year, and this is my first video in this financial year, so I'm looking forward for your support. And first of all, I would like to say thank you everyone. Thank you so much that I got so much good response on my last videos. I got so many reviews, good reviews, comments and calls, but I'm really sorry for this thing that I was not able to respond to everyone because I was also having the closing pressure. So I was not able to respond to everyone, but now I'm trying that at least if your comment or your WhatsApp message or your call that require reply from my end now, then I'm trying to reply now as well. In this financial year, we should take a pledge that we would work more harder than the last financial year. We would work more harder in the financial terms, in the health wise, mental health or physical health, whatever it is, but we should try to work more harder than the last financial year. And I wish you all the best for your activities in this financial year. So let's start this video. First of all, if you're thinking that you can file your ITR, like I'm going to share anything through this, you can file your ITR. So there is no any option that now you can file any ITR for the financial 1920. No matter what, it is belated return or it is a revised return, but you cannot file it. So that topic is closed, that you can file your ITR. No, you cannot file your ITR now. The only thing we can discuss is that how we can save ourselves. How we can save ourselves from the penalties, from the late fees, from the interest, from the taxation, extra heavy burden taxation. This is the only thing that we can discuss now, and we can save ourselves. In this simple manner, I just want to clear one thing, that if you have any tax liability in the financial 1920 as per your understanding, then clear it. Just pay your taxes with interest if interest is applicable, and if you got the refund, just and that is also taxable, like you have received a refund of, let's say, 10,000 rupees, but actually you have to receive the refund of 2,000 rupees, then just return it back to the department with the interest. Because if you are not doing this, then chances are there that you are attracting to get the notices further. Because if department comes to know through eCampaign portal that this much is your saving bank account interest, this is your FD interest, then obviously department can take further proceedings on it if you're not filing your ITR or if you're not paying your taxes. So now let's understand this with a simple example. Let's take our favorite example, that Mr. Anand. He came to me and asked me this thing, that Neha, I received this eCampaign portal SMS or this message on which it is mentioned that my saving bank account interest is, let's say, 75,000 rupees. But as per my understanding or as per my ITR, I filed it of rupees 10,000, that is exempted under section 80 TTA, so I was not liable to pay tax. But I understand the department is right, my calculations was wrong on that time. So now what I have to do? In that case, my reply will be, Anand, now just simply recalculate your tax and pay the taxes with interest, that is as on date, and leave it over there. Apart from that, only one step that you need to follow extra, that is inform the department by sending speed post. Why I am telling you to send a speed post? Because you will have the proof. Whenever you will receive a notice, you can show this speed post that, sir, I already paid the taxes with the interest, and I also speed post to you the computation of taxes and the challan copy and the request letter. So in that case, further proceedings can be dropped. So my only request is just pay the taxes with interest and inform the department by sending the speed post. Now a major query that I am getting, that can we file the continuation of delay? See, as per my understanding, you can file the continuation of delay request only in the cases of deduction, exemption, refund or any other relief under the Income Tax Act. So in that case, if you are not having any deduction, any exemption, any relief or any refund under the Income Tax Act, then you cannot file the continuation of delay. So now, if you don't have any these things, how you will try for the continuation request under the CIT? See, continuation, for example, let's take our example back of Mr. Anand. He was having the saving bank account interest eCampaign message. How he can go for the continuation of request when he have to pay the taxes only? There is no deduction. There is nothing that he forgot to take any deduction. For example, if he is having any ATC, let's say of 1,50,000 in the ATC, that he had forgot to took it at the time of the filing of ITR, then only he can go for the continuation of delay as per my understanding. then there is no point to try it for the continuation of request. Secondly, if you are still trying for the continuation of request, then filing of ITR of the continuation of request is only possible when CIT accept your request. If CIT is not accepting your request, then you cannot file it under section 1192 that you are that you can see on the income tax portal, that it is showing that you can file your ITR in this section. But it is only possible when your written request is accepted. Then only you can file the ITR under this section. Otherwise, you cannot file your ITR in this section. So ultimately, what you have to do is the one thing, that just pay your taxes. If you have a saving account interest that is not earlier that you have not recorded in your ITR, or FD interest, or whatever other things that you forget to take in your ITR, just recalculate it, pay the taxes with the due interest, and do the speed post to the department. This is it. Your job is over here, as per my understanding. Your job is over here. You have to do nothing further about it, and don't try to file the ITR or belated ITR, because that is not possible at all. Also, one more thing, after doing this taxes payment and speed post, just respond to the eCampaign portal as well, because that is also compulsory to do it, as per my understanding again, because it is not mentioned anywhere that replying to eCampaign notices is mandatory, but you should reply on these things. So now, in total, finally, you have to do 3 steps if you have received any eCampaign notice. One is that I'm talking about after this 31st March. Okay, so now you have to, first of all, you have to pay your taxes, like compute your taxes, revise taxes, and pay it with interest. Second, inform to the department through speed post. Third, reply on the eCampaign portal. So these are the 3 steps that you need to take care. And apart from that, if you like this video, please subscribe for my channel, and also, if possible, please share this video with everyone, everyone you know, because it will help them as well to understanding that what they have to do if they are receiving this eCampaign notices. Till then, thank you so much.